Before tanks, before trucks, before gunpowder, there was a city that could walk. It breathed through 30,000 lungs, moved on 60,000 feet, and devoured the land mile by mile. To see it was to witness Rome itself, alive, armored, and unstoppable. This was the Roman legion on the march, not a column of soldiers, but an empire in motion. And the question isn't how far they went. It's whether you could survive a single day walking beside them. The Romans didn't just wage war, they engineered it. Their armies weren't armies, they were living machines. Each man, each mule, each weapon was a cog turning in perfect rhythm. From the front riders to the rear guard, the legion moved like a serpent of iron and dust. Polybius once called it a moving wall of flesh, but that wall had order, rules, and a pulse. And when it advanced, kingdoms trembled. At the height of the empire, a marching force might include 2 legions, around 14,000 legionaries. Add auxiliaries, slaves, cooks, and cavalry, and the total swelled to nearly 30,000 souls. Every day this mass tore down its camp, packed its life onto mules, and moved as one. It wasn't chaos, it was ritual. The Roman day began before dawn, during the 4th watch of the night. As the stars faded, scouts, speculatores, galloped out ahead. They were Rome's eyes, silent and cold, sweeping the horizon for ambushes or traps. Behind them, the camp came alive in whispers, armor tightening, shields creaking, tents collapsing in the dim torchlight. Each soldier carried his world on his back, a 30-kilogram load of armor, weapons, tools, food, and wooden stakes for fortifications. No wagons, no excuses. They called them Marius's mules. They weren't just fighters, they were builders, diggers, and beasts of burden in human form. By sunrise, the column was in motion. No laughter, no song, only the sound of boots and breath. Discipline demanded silence, for no one should know Rome was coming until it was too late. At the front marched the vanguard, elite auxiliaries from the wild edges of empire. Numidian cavalry, Syrian archers, Germanic scouts, the best killers from lands Rome had conquered. They didn't just clear the road, they bought the legion's safety with blood. Behind them came the surveyors, agrimensors, armed not with swords but instruments. They measured every path, every field, mapping the perfect place for that night's camp. Their calculations could mean the difference between survival and annihilation. One mistake, one swamp, one blind hill, and an army could vanish. Commanders rode in the center, surrounded by guards and couriers galloping out with coded messages. Orders flowed like veins through the body of the march. Clear, precise, unquestionable. Every soldier knew his position in the living machine. Veterans at the front set the pace. Recruits marched in the middle. Troublemakers watched from behind. The legion moved not as men, but as a single will. But beneath the armor, they were human. Men who hadn't seen home in years, whose backs bled from straps, whose sandals tore apart on the stones hotter than the sun. And still they marched, not for gold, not even for Rome, but for each other. The bond between comrades was iron. If one fell, another lifted him. If one broke, another bore his load. The legion didn't just conquer, it endured. Every step was a promise to the man beside you. I will not stop unless you do. But even machines can falter. In 9 AD, deep in the dark forests of Germania, that machine met its match. 3 Roman legions under Varus were trapped and slaughtered by tribes who knew the woods better than any scout. The column, stretched, broken, blind, was devoured by its own size. When it was over, 20,000 Romans lay dead. The survivors were enslaved or sacrificed. It was a scar the empire never forgot. From then on, every Roman march carried the ghost of Teutoburg. Every commander watched his rear guard with dread. Every soldier knew Rome could bleed. And yet, the legacy of that march endures. Modern armies still move like Rome. Scouts ahead, logistics behind, discipline in the middle. Their doctrines echo through time. The Romans didn't invent marching, they perfected it. They turned movement into strategy, routine into dominance. And perhaps that's why their empire lasted so long. because they understood that victory wasn't won in battle, it was earned step by step in the grind of the march. So the next time you hear the rumble of boots in formation, remember the serpent that slithered across continents 2,000 years ago, the city that walked, the machine that never slept. And ask yourself, could you have survived a single day in its shadow? If this forgotten march of Rome stirred your blood, leave a like, subscribe for more stories that refuse to die, and as always, may history never be forgotten.